Hi guys. Let me just fix my camera here. Okay, that's a little better. All right, so I figured I would finally start the second part here. Of our shadow work series. I am sorry that I could not get on for the last 2 days. Hi, nice to join us. My glasses are terribly dirty. Sorry that I couldn't be on the last couple days here. I had a terrible migraine for the last 2 days and a migraine aura before that. But apparently there was a geostorm going on. Hi guys, hopefully that won't happen too much. We'll see. I'm telling you, I'm really tired of our internet. I was going to talk to my husband about it before we went live, but he's still sleeping. We've been like strangers in the night this week because he's been working overnights. So I get home and he's asleep and he gets up and goes to work. But he is off tonight, so I'm hoping he'll get up pretty soon and we'll spend a little time together before it's time to go. So I hope everyone is doing well, better than I have been the last couple days. Sorry it took me a while to get back on for our shadow series. That geostorm really kicked my ass. I got a terrible migraine and was not good. But it kind of afforded me the opportunity to gather a whole bunch more crap about shadow work. So that's good. I guess we can be happy for that. Hopefully you guys kind of looked into it on your own a little bit. I didn't put it on the actual video. I'll do that as soon as I get off. I will put my Pinterest page on the actual video from last time and from this time. And so hopefully you guys can find it because I do have a lot of good information on there. Most of the stuff that I printed off is from that. So how is everyone tonight? Good, good, good. All right, let's get started. I really, the format that we used before was just to kind of look at some of the information and then we can talk about it. I did go back and watch a whole bunch of your chat stuff and that was really great. I think you guys all did great. Everybody kind of supported each other and said, this is, you know, what I found works for me. And, you know, some people gave some great personal stories of how they have started to go through stuff. And I think that worked out really great. Yay. Hi, Angela. Glad you're here. So I thought we would start with, and I forgot, it's backwards, isn't it? Yes, it is. Darn it. I don't know why all of a sudden now, it didn't used to be like this, but when you go live, when I do my normal videos, it's not backwards. But for some reason, when you go live, they have put it backwards. So that stinks because now you can't read it. But I will read it to you. Okay, every loss must be felt right to the core, or else there's a greater loss. Zach is live too. Oh no, Zach is live too. I didn't even realize that because I am silly and I didn't look. So I'm sorry, you guys have to switch back and forth. I would go on later, but I think my husband is going to wake up pretty soon. Hi, Marcia, and little Dandelion made it. Yay! And I wanted to spend some time with him because I haven't hardly seen him the last couple days. He's been working nights. Okay, so every loss must be felt right to the core, or else there's a greater loss. Let the pain sweep through, and the even truer ache, and especially the bare need, the love beyond love, the pure heartbreak. So as that has to do with shadow work, meaning you delve into that. Shadow work is all about pulling the light onto the things that we've kind of left in the shadows on purpose, that we don't want to deal with, that we don't want anyone to know about, that we don't want to, we might want to fix it, but we don't really want to look at it too closely because it might be too hard, or it might be too embarrassing, or it might be something we don't really want to admit to ourselves. or we don't want other people to see it. Shadow work is about shining that light on it to say, you know what, two things. One is we need to delve into it. That pain that we're not feeling is coming up in other ways in our life. No matter if we want it to or not, it will manifest itself in some other way, either in people that the universe kind of brings to you to say, hey, does this look familiar? Or in situations that come up that continuously try to make you deal with that specific issue that you're trying to ignore. The universe does it to me all the time. I swear, I think my guardians are above me like, hello, lady. Can you please deal with this so we don't have to keep bringing this up? So it is something that you have to feel. You have to allow yourself to deal with it. You have to look at it. You have to study it. Number two is you have to love it. Even though it's not great, even though it's not something that you're proud of, it's a part of you. And you have come into this situation. You have that certain way that you deal with things for a certain reason. And whatever that reason is something for your growth. So it's okay. It's okay to love it. You have to be able to say, it's not comfortable, but it's a part of me, right? Yay. That's a good one. Here's another. We all need to look into the dark side of our nature. That's where the energy is, the passion. People are afraid of that because it holds pieces of us we're busy denying. And that is La Gitana Eva. But it was a good quote. I liked it. All right, we have tons of quotes, but I wanted to talk about what tools can you pull out. Hi, glad you made it. What tools can you pull out when you're starting this journey of shadow work? What can you pull out to help you along the way? There's a whole bunch of suggestions that other people have come up with, that I've come up with. So I want to start with stones. Usually when I get agree, I have to check to see if it's something that is bringing past things up I have not looked at. Absolutely. Angry, not agree. I hear you. It's okay, Marcia. I have fat fingers and my fingers touch 12 buttons at the same time. I forgot to silence my phone. Hold on, let me see if I can do it here. I forgot. Where is it? There. Okay. Hopefully that'll be it. So I wanted to start with stones. What stones can we pull out when we're starting this shadow work journey and maybe carry a couple of them with us every day that will help us to shine that light onto the darker areas? So there's lots and lots and lots of stones. Everybody has a different opinion on it. This is what I have found. Obsidian, absolutely. Now, I will tell you, obsidian, which I know I have. I'm not very organized in my little bowl here, but are you kidding me? Where is my, oh, here it is. It's in a bag. Okay. Hi, honey. I love that. I can say hi, honey. I always feel like I have to have a lot of protection stones around with shadow work, but maybe it protects too much and prevents the work from getting done too. Absolutely. And we're going to talk about that both ways. I like hematite, especially the magnetic type. Absolutely. Hematite's a really good grounding stone for me. I love that. Okay. So this is obsidian. Specifically, this is an obsidian arrowhead. And anytime that I work with obsidian, I am doing it because obsidian is an extremely intense, powerful, abrupt grounder. Sometimes obsidian is a little bit too abrupt. For me anyways. For some people. You have to, whatever the situation is that you are wanting to use obsidian, expect to deal with it very quickly. It is not kind about it. It is not, it does not go around the corner kind of and ease you into it. It knocks you over the head. So I specifically have arrowheads to remind me if I'm going to work with obsidian, I better be ready to cut the cords right away, to face whatever this is head on, and to really get into it, because it is not a pussyfooting around kind of stone. I have a bag of stones, but I haven't been able to identify most of them. I know I have red jasper, snowflake, obsidian, and possibly the regular form as well. Black stones. Hi, Molly. Glad to see you here. And Keith, I saw in there. I don't know if I mentioned you before. I totally lost my train of thought. ADD brain. Obsidian. Oh, if you want, I'm pretty good at identifying stones. So if you want to send me some pictures or something, if you're not sure what they are, I'll do my best to help you out. So obsidian, great stone for shadow work. Just be ready for it. It is a very quick acting, very powerful, very in your face. It is not a kind stone. It really smacks you over the head with it and says, this is what you are trying to do. This is how you have to deal with it right now. Which is okay, but just be ready for that. Okay, so obsidian, that was a good one. Amethyst. We all know what amethyst is. We're in rainbow obsidian mala right now. Woohoo! I love rainbow obsidian. It's so great because it looks just black until you get it in that light. And oh, I wish I can run downstairs. I know right where my rainbow obsidian is. I don't know if we'll be able to see it in this light, but if you guys want to wait for 2 minutes, I can run down and grab it if you really want to see it. It looks like regular obsidian in the light. But when it hits bright light or gets into sunlight, you can see rainbows in the stone, and it's great. I have a double heart obsidian, which is lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I love rainbow obsidian. And that does help. The rainbows in it actually help to soften that energy a little bit. So that's a good one to work with if you're thinking about working with obsidian. Amethyst. We all know what amethyst is. It does. Okay. Opens up the third eye and crown chakras, which is really good. For shadow work, we want to open up our intuition as much as we can. Enhances your intuition, calming stone with protective qualities. Okay, which is why I think amethyst is such a popular one. When you're trying to do shadow work, it helps to protect you too. We're doing our best to dive in there, but it makes things a little bit softer on the edges. Like, okay, this is not an easy work, but at least I'm okay. It's okay. I'm protected. I'm okay. Just keep working on it. So that's a good one. Labradorite. What do I got here for labradorite? I don't know. There's so much. Oh, you can see some of. I have my labradorite tower. It is about shadow work. Butterfly magic. It is just, these are stones. We're going to talk about some stuff that may help you when you're working with shadow work first. Labradorite is a great stone to work with for shadow work. It awakens your own magical abilities. Yes, definitely vibration in the stones matter too. Definitely they matter. And if you don't connect with a certain stone, you can use a different one. Like, what do I say? If it works for you, it works. I have a blue stone that looks dark blue, but when I hold it up to the light, it reminds me of the ocean surface seen from before. It's one of my favorites. Perfect. Rainbow obsidian is black obsidian with magnetite inclusions, which produce colored bands or stripes. Yes, each person is different for sure. So if you find, these are just suggestions. If you find that you start working with a stone when you're doing shadow work and you go, oh, you know what? Wait a second. I don't like that energy. Switch it out. Do something that different that works for you, for sure. These are just some suggestions. Strengthens self-trust. That's one of the things. It is beautiful. Really is. I still wear my black kyanite that you recommended. Yay! I love, love, love black kyanite. I love all kinds of kyanite, but I do love my black kyanite for sure. Strengthens self-trust. Labradorite, that's one of the things that I like to work with Labradorite for shadow work, is that it allows me to go, yeah, I'm okay. I can do this. That self-trust is really, you have to trust yourself to know how deep to go. It could, absolutely, Snowflake Obsidian. That is on our list. It could, you might get too deep and go too far where it's going to be hard to come back. That Labradorite will help you to trust yourself to know when to stop. Snowflake Obsidian. I just found my tumbles. Oh, I forgot I have a sphere. But Snowflake Obsidian looks like regular obsidian. Just has those grayish kind of spots on there that look like they're snowflakes, and everybody is different. Snowflake Obsidian is a very good grounding stone, for one thing. It is, some people really, that's like the only stone they wear for a couple months, however long they're going to go into it, because it is very good for opening the door to that shadow work. It's very good for allowing you to see what doors need to be opened. So especially in the beginning of shadow work, Snowflake Obsidian, if you have it, I would start with Snowflake Obsidian. It's a great door opener. It brings like patterns and your emotions and your fears right to the surface, so it's easy to see. Also obsessed with Black Moonstone. I got this too. You're great, Molly. Yay. That is on my list too. And okay, it's on my list because I have it, but of course I can't find it. Oh, here it is, right here. Okay, Black Moonstone. I love Black Moonstone too. I have a bunch of Black Moonstone. But I just brought up a couple tumbles for now to show. So Black Moonstone has that chatoyancy, that kind of flash still, like, but it's that deeper grays. I have some that looks really, really dark. But that is a very, very good stone for shadow work for sure. Black Moonstone, mystical crystal of the new moon, which is when most choose to do their shadow work. Been listening while I was driving. I have to go now. Much love. Oh, thank you for joining us, Debbie, and please do rewatch. Its energy is protective as well as encouraging. Now I have to go crystal shopping. I hear you. I know. I'm terrible with that. Every time I'm like, oh, I don't have that one. I have found it helps in recalling memories while lending strength to dive into your own shadows. Black Moonstone helps in discerning what we remember as well as accepting what we feel in that process. If you combine Black Moonstone and Rainbow Moonstone, you get a beautiful feeling of new moon and full moon while diving into your own shadow. So that's definitely a good one for sure. Lemurian quartz. Does everybody know what I'm talking about when I say Lemurian? Hold on. Let me see if I can flash this so you can see what I'm talking about here. All right. First of all, focus. Oh, come on. Oh, there it is. Okay. So you see the line work that's in that quartz? It looks like lines have been etched in it horizontally. It is, yes, I have one, a pendulum and a necklace. Yay, perfect. You have to, oh, there it is. Okay. See those lines? So the story goes that ancient beings etched into quartz their stories and their proverbs and their wisdom. And if we meditate with Lemurian quartz and rub your fingers down the patterns, that they will release their knowledge to you. I've watched all your videos. You have taught me so much, and I am so very new. Yay! Good, Brittany. I'm glad. I'm so glad to have you on. I love when people tell me that. It's great. Okay, so legend says Lemurian crystals originally came from the lost civilization of Lemuria, which was peaceful and spiritually advanced. These crystals are said to be programmed with the teachings of love and oneness experienced by the Lemurian people for future generations to discover and benefit from. It's good at aiding spiritual awakening, which is what we're doing here, right? Amplifying wishes, intentions, and prayers. Helps you access higher states of consciousness, which you have to do almost. When you're doing shadow work, you want to, hi Kara, glad you could come. You want to be up in your spiritual realm as much as possible in between diving in. Because that spiritual realm is going to teach you where to go from here. So you find something, you're like, okay, I got to put the light on this. We put the light on it. We study it. We figure out why we think we are feeling that. And then we go back up into our spiritual realm. Does this sound good? Yes. Okay, spirits. Yep. I have a Super 7 quartz that I love and have been drawn to. Absolutely. That sounds like a great idea. There's so much in those Super 7s that there's a lot of energies that will help you in that. Removes energetic blockages from all chakras, which is great. And awakens one's connection to wholeness, which when we're doing shadow work, we want to feel as connected as we can to bring out those feelers to every person, place, and thing in our life. Okay, good, good, good. Moldavite. Now, I don't know if I'll even be able to get these to show up, guys, but Moldavite is, I have, actually, maybe if I leave it right in here, you can see it. Do you still have a store? I have not put stuff into my store for a while. It's still there. I actually probably after Samhain I'm starting it back up. It got harder to do in the summertime when I was outside more and doing more outside stuff. It's easier to do that kind of stuff when it's, I'm usually hibernating. Hi, Alchemy. Nice to see you. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it in here. I don't know if we're going to be able to see these at all. Okay. But here they are. They are green in color. If you can tell the pattern on here, the texture, it is very rough. It's expensive, which is why I only have these little, there we go. That's not too bad. These little pieces, I have 3 little pieces of it. And it is expensive if you get the real stuff. I would say this is one of those stones. Be careful of getting stuff from like China that you don't know the distributor, the dealer. Because Moldavite is one that people will fake a lot. Because it's an expensive stone and it's sought after. So it's, it is pretty expensive. So if you find a really good deal and you don't know the dealer, be careful. Just cause. So it's one of the most powerful stones you may ever touch. It is a very, very high energy stone. It was formed 15 million years ago when a meteorite entered our universe and crashed near Czechoslovakia. So yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Beware of the chunks the size of your fist. Absolutely. If you find a chunk the size of your fist, I would bet you $100 that it's fake for sure. I mean, I'm not saying they're not out there, but if you find that and it's not like 10 grand, it's not real. Properties include strengthening and opening your heart, increases occurrences of synchronicity. You all know what that means, right? Like that thing that happens when you're having one of those days where, I don't know, I'm trying to think of one right off the bat, and of course my mind is going blank. When something happens and you've been thinking about something and then it appears and it's like, oh, look at that just happened and I was just thinking about that. Or it's stuff that is, oh, Priscilla Bluestone. I love Priscilla Bluestone. And I do not have that on that list. So that, if that feels good for you, absolutely, that's a good one. Promotes rapid inner transformation, that's what we're talking about with shadow work. That's why I work with Moldavite. I will tell you, I do not carry Moldavite with me. I will set up a specific meditation and hold Moldavite and meditate with it and have a grounding stone. Yep. And have a grounding stone in my other hand. Because it can make you very dizzy. It is, as a matter of fact, it's funny. I have this kind of ringing in my ears and I have goosebumps going all the way up my head because I put it in my hand. It is very, very, very high energy. As a matter of fact, make sure you have some kind of grounding stone with you because it is very high energy. And some people, like Jezebel, cannot use it. It's just too high energy, and I totally get that. It took me a lot of time. For a while, I would kind of put Moldavite in a grid that was kind of next to me so I could kind of get some of that energy off of it. Shungite does that to you. But I didn't have to hold it. Now, I will tell you, I have the most high energy stone that I have felt is Himalayan ice quartz. And if you haven't felt that, wow, I totally get flushed. Molly, I don't think I would recommend it for energy. Moldavite, as much as it is a high energy stone, it's almost like a hyperactivity. It's overactive. And you don't want to, if you're chronically low energy, it might go a little bit too far the other way and just affect you really weirdly. You could try it. I would definitely try it. Start with meditating with it once in a while. It took me a year, I bet, before I could really work with it on a regular basis. What was that last one? Moldavite. Is that the one you're talking about? Moldavite. Jello. Herkimer diamond is very hard on me too. I actually am okay, but I wonder if that's because I live somewhat close to Herkimer, and so I have been in the mines and stuff of Herkimer. So I wonder if it's because it's like what do I want to say? It's like an immunity thing, like you're around it so much that it doesn't affect you quite the same. It's still a high energy stone for me, but nowhere near what, like ice quartz or hematite or what's the other one I'm thinking of? Petalite. The Synergy 12 stones are very high energy. Peach selenite, my left hand, I can use it for spirit work. Awesome. I have peach selenite too. Love that. Love that. Love that. When I was bedridden, I actually made Herkimer water. It really helped me. Absolutely. See, now that's a great idea. Making some crystallite water with the Herkimer diamonds. That's a great idea. Absolutely. Hi, Pamela. Hi, Sue. I'm so glad you made it, Sue. I haven't seen you on a live, I don't think yet. So yay. Boo, Jess, that sucks. Never bought Moldavite for myself, but I might try it to see how it affects me. I adore shungite. Yeah, and I would try it, Molly. I mean, again, what works for you may work for you. It's funny. I see comments on here and it takes a minute to come up on here. So that's funny. I think that might be why your son is born a medium, the Herkimer mines. You might be right, Jezebel. That's a good thought like that kind of influence is higher around here. And so love your vlogs. Oh, thank you, Pamela. I really appreciate it. I love hearing that. That's great for me. Numite. We're going to go on. Numite is, oh wait, that's in one of the bags. I have bags that I keep stones when I only have one specimen of it, so that it may have boosted Joey's power for sure, so that I don't lose it. And hi guys. Okay, hopefully everybody made it back. Understand if that does it, I will reconnect again right away. My internet is horrible. I'm not even on our internet, so that stinks. Hi, honey. Hey. Good. Everybody's still here. Beautiful. Okay. Numite referred. Okay, hold on. Let me show you it first. Oh, we really need a better way to do this. Hold on. It is. Oh, get my fat ass down there. Okay. Here we go. So it's a black stone and it has, see the little like silver specks in it almost? That is the inclusions that are in there. Just make sure you get the real stuff. Yes, again, you always have to be careful. There are a lot of, especially China, and I hate to pick on China all the time, but there are a lot of China, like people on eBay and stuff that are sending from China. There's a lot of fake stuff coming out of China. So do be careful. I really try to go to gem shows. So do be careful. I really try to go to gem shows. We have a gem show in my area at the end of the month. And because you get to know the vendors. And so then you know, I've met geologists and stuff, and then you know they know what they're talking about. You're good. When I first got interested in stones, I bought the fake stuff. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I did too. I was trying to remember. Oh, I know. Turquoise. When I first got into stones, I found this great deal on turquoise, and it turned out to be, and I didn't know for, I don't know, probably 2-3 months that it was dyed howlite. And I remember looking at all the different stones and thinking, I will never remember the names of all these stones. But I'll tell you what, I put myself up there with the best of them now. I have hundreds of different specimens on purpose so I can try out different energies. And I'm pretty good about it now. But it took a while. I've been doing stones for, I don't know, 8 years? 7 years maybe? Okay, Numite. Aids in shamanic journeying and soul retrieval. That's the biggest thing when I want to journey in shadow work, which is you go into a deep meditation, and specifically now you can do a guided journey, or you can just do a journey that you set yourself up ahead of time to know, I'm going to do a journey and this is my goal. This is where I want to go with it. Enhances personal power, strengthens your energy field, creates spiritual grounding. Spiritual grounding. Great, great, great for shadow work. Allows you to access unconscious layers of the mind. Numite is a stone that if you have past lives kind of stuff that is in your shadow work that you're like, I don't know how to access that, that can help you bring that out even. That's really good at that. So let me put it in the bag so I don't screw it up. And I will tell you now, learning curve with stones, they are really good at making fakes. I know they're getting better and better all the time. Does anyone know of any crystals that are energetically similar to citrine? I know it's usually baked amethyst, but I really connect with it. All right, here's the thing, Samantha, I'm going to tell you. Because I hate when people say this. And I shouldn't say it like that. All citrine, all. Every single piece of citrine is baked amethyst. The only difference is if Mother Nature baked it over thousands of years, or if somebody else baked it in a shorter amount of time. So energetically, I don't have a whole, maybe a little difference between fake and real citrine, but not much. I do not feel a whole lot of difference. Now, usually you can tell because it'll be real bright yellow. The hand-baked ones will be bright yellow, and the quote-unquote real ones. My cat just knocked something down. What did you get into? Get yourself some ametrine and you've got the best of both. See? Perfect. Yep. Easy bake up. Resume again. Yay. I hate my internet. Anyway, yes, absolutely. Nature infused versus easy bake oven. It's energetically, it's the same. Scientifically, it's the same. If you study it, you know, its properties, it's exactly the same. So, pyrite over citrine. I love pyrite too. I have pyrite suns that I really like. That kind of energy. And who was asking that? Was it Samantha, right? Yes. Samantha, pyrite. Try pyrite because that energy is similar and I like it better too. I'm with you, Grun. I like it much better. 90% is fake, but I love it. Real citrine will be darker for one and expensive is what I've been told. Not necessarily darker. I find it duller, if that's, you know, the word. I don't have citrine up here. I don't think, no. I just find it not quite as bright yellow, usually. But again, energetically, I don't see that much of a difference. What is a great stone for college students? I'm an older college student and need a good focus stone. Ready? Hold on. Where is it? Oh, my brain. Here it is. Nope. Okay, maybe it's not up here. You're kidding me. I swear I have lepidolite here. Okay. For me, anyway, my Congo citrine has more clarity, Jen. I get that. I have a smoky kind of looking citrine. It almost looks like smoky quartz, except it's yellowish. You can tell. Lepidolite. For me, I have ADD. So my focus stone, when I'm like, okay, I really need to be able to focus, is my go-to is lepidolite. It is, if it's the color of Mountain Dew, it's probably fake. Yes, absolutely. I carry a lepidolite with me every day without fail, which is why I can't believe I don't have it here, except my daily stones are downstairs. I can't believe I don't have one lepidolite here. I love my lepidolite. It is a good focus. It's a good calmer. It is, it does it all for me. I love it. For my ADD, that's the one. I would also say lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli is a really good one for focus too, but it can be a little bit more high energy. So it depends on what you have. Yeah, and it has natural lithium. I was going to say lithium quartz too is the same. It has, you know, when they give mentally ill people lithium, it actually has lithium in that, and so does lithium quartz. Use lepidolite for childbirth, among other stones, help me focus on my goals. There you go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay, let me get through the stones, and we'll talk about maybe some tarot decks that are good for shadow work too. Rose quartz. Gotta have rose quartz. Garnets for focus. Yes. Oh, that's a good one. I didn't think of that one. Thank you, Grun. Garnets are good for focus too. Absolutely. And I love garnets. Especially I just love the natural shapes. Love them. Rose quartz. Rose quartz, rose quartz, rose quartz. We all know what rose quartz is, right? Rose quartz for shadow work is another one that I would definitely have around because you want to be good to yourself. Thank you for putting the spelling of a lot of the stones in the chat. It's helping the spelling challenge Gail out. No problem. Rose quartz is like a hug. It's a self-hug. And so if you're doing shadow work, you have to kind of go between being really intense with yourself and allowing yourself to pull that sticky stuff out that you really don't want to deal with, and giving yourself some affirmation, giving yourself some self-love. There's a balance there that happens. So, because you don't want to do shadow work until you fall over the edge and you're ready to kill yourself, right? We don't want to get so deep that we can't turn around. We want to balance that shadow work and come back up for air sometimes. So that's why I always say dive into shadow work. It's like a diver. You want to take a big breath, affirmations. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about myself. Now let's dive in and really focus on some stuff that I want to change. Focus on, what is it that I am not facing? And okay, now I'm starting to run out of air. It's time to come back up. Grab some rose quartz, affirmations, be good to yourself for a little bit. Balance, 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 okay? As a Libra, I have to say balance at least twice a day. Lapis lazuli. Here you go. So I do have some somewhere. Oh, yeah, here we go. Lapis lazuli. I love my lapis. I think because of my relationship dynamics that rose quartz doesn't work in the Grün. So I'll tell you, yep, absolutely. You are too damn complex. I'll tell you. Grün, I'm with you. It's funny. I don't usually tell people that. I totally dislike rose quartz. I have it. I work with it sometimes. Rose quartz just doesn't do it for me. I don't know what the energy thing is, but it's one of those stones that I never carry with me. I just don't connect to it in that way. It doesn't do anything for me, but I know that it does stuff for a lot of people. So I always make sure I include it because it does do a lot of stuff for a lot of people. It just doesn't for me. I have so many other. Lepidolite is my rose quartz. It's focus. It makes me feel safe and calm, and maybe it's the ADD in me. But oh, see, you did not get anything with rose quartz. See, what did I say? If it works for you, it works. Love rose quartz, not for outer love, but for inner love. My girly inner child needs. There you go. See, and if it works for you, it works. I always bring it up because when people are talking about self-love, it's usually the first stone they mention. I just don't feel it. I don't connect with it. And it's, the other thing is, I think, not sure, I love pink too, Molly, which is funny. I did not love pink at all until I got older. But if I want a pink, kind of that girly love, I'm going to draw a blank now. I go for rhodochrosite. I like that better. Damn it. Totally. Oh, what I was going to say is I think some of that may be because I have never in my adult life had to seek out a relationship with a man, like a love relationship. Pink tourmaline. Oh, pink tourmaline too. Yes, Grün. Very good. Because I got married when I was 18. And Peter and I have been together ever since. So I just like with tarot decks, like if it's a love tarot deck and stuff, it's one of the last ones I'll get because love readings, I'm always like, oh gosh, I'm going to do a love reading, which is okay. I don't mind doing them now as much, but I don't put as much stock into love readings and stuff. I think maybe because I just haven't had to worry about that for so long that it's like a foreign thing to me sometimes. And I feel bad because I'm an empath. So I feel your pain. I just don't, it's not something I worry about. So it's hard for me to connect with that. Okay. Oh, lapis. So we were talking about lapis. Lapis is a stone that is great for Libras. It is, the Egyptians used it as a stone for royalty. I don't know why I always bring that up like I'm royalty or something. No. But I just always think that's interesting because I like Egyptian culture. Lapis has been used since the Neolithic age. Cleopatra has used powdered lapis lazuli as eyeshadow. Tutankhamun had lapis in his burial mask. Properties of lapis include: it opens the third eye, increases spiritual growth, helps you align with truth, assists you in cutting through illusion. Very important in shadow work, is cutting through the illusions that you've piled on top of this thing that you don't really want to think about. Don't forget that we've covered over that. There's lots of calcified layers before we get to the actual meaty goodness in the center of what I have covered over with it, so that I didn't have to worry about it. I didn't have to think about it. I didn't have anybody looking at it. Increases mental clarity, promotes connection with higher self. We're going so fast here. Love has not been kind to me. I'm sorry, Molly. Okay. Petrified would be nice grounding stone. Absolutely. Rhodonite is another great pink stone. Yep. Pink and black stone. Absolutely. I have a lot of lapis. I totally lost that. Oh, because it's my birth crystal. Yay, Marsha. I love lapis. I absolutely love it. I have a large collection of them. My grandparents were rock hounds, and I inherited some beautiful pieces. Oh, I love a gorgeous piece of petwood. Didn't the Clio eyeliner also act as an antiseptic? Yes. Yes, it did. Absolutely, for sure. My true love is moonstone. Hi, Christy. I'm so glad you're here. Yay, I love moonstone too. We were just talking about black moonstone, actually. We got lots of black moonstone. Is good for shadow work. Okay. What else? What other stones for shadow work? Moki stones or boji balls. Depending. They're known as both shaman stones. What else? Something else. Marbles. Some kind of marbles. It's called several different things. So they come in pairs. Well, I shouldn't say that. They don't always. They should come in pairs, but not everybody sells them in pairs because one is male and one is female. Okay. So here they are. And one is kind of flat. Focus. There we go. One is kind of flat. And the other one is totally round. And they are, hold on, how are we doing? Nice to be able to have someone to blame for my crystal obsession. I grew up playing with buckets of different tumbled stones. Yay! Stupid question. How do you know which is male and which is female? So if you had to guess, I'll try not to make this too easy. Out of the round and versatile, I'm just kidding. The male is the flatter stone. It's kind of like an oval shape. And I hate to say this, I know it sounds terrible, but that's how I remember it, is that the round would be woman. Yep, that it's the one who would roll downhill, the one who is more flexible. And yes, they look like old bullets, kind of, yeah. They look like little, dried up dog food or something. Flat brain for boys. Exactly. See? That's how I remember it. And once you remember it that way, you'll never forget. Okay, so they are commonly known as shaman stones. Although this stone appears to be quite boring looking, it is actually quite a powerful stone. They come in three varieties. See, now I'm learning something. Male, female, and androgynous. I wonder what how do you know if you have an androgynous one? I wonder what that looks like. The word Moki comes from the Hopi word that means dear departed ones. It was thought that the spirits of the dead would play with these marbles at night and leave them in the morning to send messages to those that were living. Moki marbles are harvested in the southwestern part of the United States. Their properties include grounding and centering, balance male and female energy, helps to connect you with earth energies, connects you with your animal spirit guides, clears your energy fields, and stimulates psychic abilities. Really? I need more sleep. Oh, sorry, Jessica. I totally hear you. I had migraines for days, and part of it was because I couldn't sleep, but I couldn't sleep because I had migraines. So it's a vicious cycle. They are round and rough, not smooth. Yes, they are. They feel like sand and dirt kind of that has fossilized. And I believe that it kind of is part of it. I think it's like the earth blows across or blue, because they are, fibro is the culprit here. Poor thing. Well, I know when you're in pain, then you can't sleep. It's horrible. I think it's blue across the plane or something, and then it fossilized, because that's really what it looks like. That's what it feels like too. We talked about black moonstone, charoite. Another expensive stone that I have one of. If I can get it open. It's a purple stone, which of course, yay, I gotta love my purple. And so here's charoite. I love the like the different ribbons. They almost look like bands of quartz and stuff through there. Love, love, love charoite. Such a sexy stone. It is. It's beautiful. Strong stone energetically. I used to use it to help combat my nightmares that wouldn't budge. It's a good stone for dream and understanding. It's a wonderful aid in understanding and seeing what we couldn't before, which is the biggest part of the big property for shadow work, is allowing us to see what we couldn't before. Labradorite, absolutely. And we did absolutely bring that up too. I'll show you, see my tower here. I love the labradorite. I wonder where are I have a box of, oh my goodness, ADD brain. I need my lepidolite. Cabochons, thank you. I have a box of cabochons that I have some really pretty purple labradorites. And I love the purple part because, you know, purple is a me thing. No, the androgynous ones are like specked with rough parts, but still round like the female, but not uneven, not as smooth. Oh, thank you. It's beautiful. Jen, do you have any other colors of labradorite? Yes, I have. I spelled that well. Sometimes it happens. Our fingers just do what they want. Let's see. What do I have? I have a couple that are really pretty, like yellows. I have lots of blue. Blue is the normal. And I really like the purple one, so I probably have 3 or 4, I think, purple. I have seen pink ones that I adore, but usually the pink labradorite is expensive. So I have not invested in a pink one yet, but they are pretty. Pretty. Smoky quartz. Did I even bring smoky quartz? We know. Oh, here. I have, we all know what smoky quartz looks like, but it's a misty, dark form of clear quartz. This crystal is an all-around good companion. Helps by protecting against negative energies and thoughts. It also helps deal with melancholy feelings. Again, when we go into shadow work, we have to protect ourselves from that despair feeling. Smoky quartz also cleanses your energy within and around you, being protective, comforting, and cleansing. This makes an excellent companion for any work dealing with our own darkness. So I have a sacred geometry set of smoky quartz. I don't know if you can see all them. Absolutely. And sometimes we just are drawn to specific stones depending on what we need. I got a huge smoky quartz point in my witch's moon box last month. So excited. Yay, that's awesome. So any kind of smoky quartz, I tend to really like the darker smoky quartz. So I always look for the real dark, can't see through smokies. But, you know, I don't know. That's just me. I love so many. All of my grubby hands, touchy and feely. Absolutely. I know. I like I said, there's a gem show going on in Rochester at the end of the month, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go. Oh, Grun, are you going? You're close to me. It's like the weekend of the 22nd. We should go. Obsidian, we talked about obsidian. Very, very strong. It's a great stone to work with. It's a great stone to work with for shadow work, but it is very, very bold, strong, in your face. It is a Toto event. What's a Toto event? I know, I'm probably totally know this, don't I? And I plan on it each year if I'm not traveling. Yay! There has to be a support group for this. Hope I never find it. Oh my gosh, you are not kidding. I know I put up videos of my crystal collection. Oh, to do. Duh. Sorry, Grun. Oh my goodness. Never mind. I'm getting there. 22nd, the weekend of the 22nd, I think it is. So, I know I've done videos of my crystal collection before, and it's so hard to figure out how to do videos of your crystal collection when your crystal collection has kind of taken over the house. So I've done like videos where I try to do, okay, these are the stones that are good for psychics. This is the stone that's good for that, because it's really hard to like, I'll never be able to do a video of all my stones. It just ain't happening. Selenite. We all know what selenite is, right? I think I just brought a little bar of it. Can't see. Oh, come on. There you go. So it's like fibrous. I love selenite. Love, love, love. Selenite, powerful cleanser. It cleanses everything. It cleanses the stones that are around it. Cleanses you. It cleanses your energy. Emanates divine connection, bringing light into the dark and clearing out the negativity we hold. If you pair it with a stone such as black moonstone, jet, or obsidian, you have an amazing combination for doing shadow work. As a matter of fact, there's, I think I just posted it maybe, a meme where it talks about holding selenite in one hand and holding black moonstone or obsidian or something in the other hand. And it's like a give and take. You can kind of feel that energy rotating through. And it gives from one hand. And if it's not feeling like that, then switch hands. Because sometimes your give and take hand is a different, hand. Selenite candle holder from Marshalls. I put all my new crystals in it to cleanse them. Absolutely. I have a golden selenite charging plate that I got from Brian, the selenite guy. Brian, what the heck's his name? Brian the selenite guy. And if you have been on Facebook in crystal places, I'm sure you will know. And I totally am blanking on his damn name. Charging plates do exist, and they're beautiful. I'll have to show you mine. It's downstairs. And this one is a golden selenite. It's beautiful. And it's about this big. And it's like it's just gorgeous. Brian Baker. Ha! Yes. I love when my brain works once in a while. I actually have a selenite pendulum. Awesome. I love my selenite. I have selenite kind of all over. I usually keep selenite with my decks to keep them clear. I keep selenite on every shelf of my crystal cabinet. Apache tears. So if you're going to work with obsidian for shadow work, I recommend Apache tears because it softens the energy a little. It is all I see is dollar signs leaving my bank account. For sure, Chris. I totally get it, Christy. Me too. Apache tears, you can see through. If you hold them up to the light, you can see through them. Sometimes they're even lighter than that. You can see through them like when you're looking at it. It's an obsidian that you can see through. There's a whole story with it. If you haven't heard it, it's, I don't have it right here, but it's a Native American tribe long, long ago, lost all their warriors in a battle. And the Native American women went to go to the cliff or something. My brain. Anyways, as they cried, their tears hit the ground and formed Apache tears. It's a great story. Look it up if you don't know it. I have a decent sized sphere of selenite, and I got a wand as a gift when I bought a deck from someone on Etsy. Such a lovely gift. Perfect. I have a gorgeous, I was able to collect my own Apache tears here in the Arizona desert as a child. I still have a ton of them. They're beautiful. Oh, I'm so jealous. That is awesome, Angela. I love that. Great, great, great. It's the best stones are the ones you can find. I have some really cool brimstone and volcanic material that I found around here when they were making this horrible apartment complex next door, and they dug, and every day I'd go over there and pick up volcanic rock. What was I saying? Something. Oh, selenite. My selenite sphere. I have a selenite sphere that's this big. I put the 2 years ago? Yes, 2 years ago, I think, was the full blood moon, super moon. It was all at once. And so I spent all night charging with that energy into my selenite sphere, so then I could charge my crystals with that energy whenever I wanted to. And 2 of my sons apparently were playing ball with it and cracked it right in half and then put it back on the stand like nothing ever happened. So until, I don't know how long it took me, but until I went to move it and it fell apart in my hands, I did not know that they had done that. Wasn't that sweet of them? I'm going to kill them. But, you know, you have to, it's just stuff. It's just stuff. I put it back together, and now it's a warrior crystal. So now it's, you know, it has survived a trauma. So now it's a warrior crystal, and it helps me through traumas. Gotta go with what you got. Snowflake obsidian. We talked about blue kyanite. Oh, love blue kyanite. Did I bring blue kyanite? Blue kyanite is another one of my absolute favorite stones. It is the softer, subtle version of snowflake obsidian. If you're looking for a very gentle introduction to shadow work, kyanite is your stone. Or you can just add it to your shadow work crystal collection. Kyanite comes with a host of other benefits, including it clears and recharges all your chakras, every single one. Awesome. Love blue kyanite. So that is, oh my gosh, we've been on for an hour already. How you guys doing? Okay. That is all the stones that I had here. I did want to try to quickly go through tarot decks that have been recommended for shadow work. As long as that's okay with you. Unless you want to go back to some more of the substance of shadow work, which I figured we could do tomorrow night, since tomorrow night's Friday. Hi, DB. Glad you made it. What do you think? You guys want to look at some tarot decks that are good for shadow work, or do you want to go into more of the substance? And then we can continue on with either one, you know, tomorrow night. There's one vote for tarot decks. Decks. Could seashells be used in similar manner to crystals? Every time I head to the beach, I always end up with tons. I think I have an issue. Yes, and yes, absolutely yes. Especially if you're a water person. Let's do it all. I'm just learning about shadow work. It sounds like stuff I think about already. Perfect. If you're a water person especially, shells, definitely something that will help you dive into things, will help you, especially emotional things. stuff that has to do with the water is really good with emotional work. So if it's something that is deep that really is going to hit an emotion, absolutely, shells would be great. There you go, Jessica's a Pisces. LOL, Pepper mixed signals. Grr, LOL, Dex. I'm getting a book in the mail Saturday to start my journey into the Wiccan. Yay! Good, good, good. Sue wants Dex too. All right, so I think Dex have outweighed. I did talk about when we were on our first one, there's an affirmation deck that I've had for years now. Fire sign Leo, but really water-like at the same time. Sometimes your sign is not the kind of element person you are. It doesn't always work that way. So you could still be a water sign and be a Leo. Has much more to do than the month you were born in. So I did talk about an affirmation deck that I've had for years that I absolutely love. Every time I do shadow work, I pull it out and I pull at least one card a day. I collect feathers in the same manner. I collect crystals. I have a lot of air. Me too. Absolutely. I'm a feather person. Well, I'm an air person a lot. So I get that though. So the first deck is this one. Cheryl Richardson Self-Care Decks. This is a Hay House deck, which I have to say I'm kind of annoyed with Hay House in general lately. But this specific deck I definitely pull out for shadow work because there's something about the energy of this deck that I've had for years that is very good to you. It is loving, it's kind, it makes you think a little bit, but it takes care of you. And you want to have some kind of affirmation near you, with you, that you're going in and out of through these dives, okay? We have to be able to get ourselves back out. So on the front, there is a picture and a keyword. And then just a very simple, so truth. Tell the truth. Oh, you can't read it. I hate this. Tell the truth. Integrity is the key to living an authentic life. Is this the bottom? Yeah. Okay. Let me see some of my really favorite ones here. We're back. I don't have a job currently. I have my own Oracle deck, and I'm thinking of making another. I keep losing you. I know, I'm sorry, Marcia. Which is why, especially after an hour, I'm sure my feed is going to be on and off. If it happens too much, we might have to stop for tonight. But progress. So here's progress. It says, charge forward, be willing to make mistakes. But you're still going. You still have progress. Where is, I had one that just blew me away that I used to keep out all the time. And it's been a year now, so of course my brain, this is Cheryl Richardson Self-Care Cards. It's a Hay House product. I think it comes in a different box now. This is an older version and it comes in a different box, but it's the same cards. It's a Hay House product, Cheryl Richardson Self-Care Cards. I wish I could remember. Oh, here's a good one. Silence. I have not found a tarot deck I resonate with yet. Still looking. Will happen when it happens. For sure, Pepper. Silence. I really love the images here. And the sayings are just short little sayings that take you somewhere. That really make you go, oh yeah, okay, I like this. Rest your mind. Silence is good self-care. Nice affirmation. Easy, quick. Here's a good one. Help. Ask for help. Receiving is an act of generosity. So true. So true. Nearing, passion, courage, rest, rejuvenation, awakeness, release. Is that it? Well, here's a good one. Release. Have a good cry. Grief is a doorway to your deepest self. Don't we all feel that when we have a good cry? There's a difference, though. There's a good cry and there's a, oh my God, I don't think it'll ever stop. The one I made was inspired by a webcomic that shaped a lot of my teenage years, but I might make a more general one soon. Cool. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. I did not know you make your own decks. That is super cool. So that's the base. I really wish I could find my favorite card, but I can't remember what it is. Decisions, connection, dance, revelation, peace, action, guidance. Yep. Don't remember. Good affirmation deck though. Find yourself an affirmation deck. If you cannot afford an affirmation deck, if you go on, I just ordered the Oracle of Echoes because I saw you use it in a video. I'm super excited. Yay! Oracle of Echoes. Oh, isn't that deck awesome? Love, love, love that deck. And that would be a good one for shadow work too, which I do have out. It's right here. It's funny. Oracle of Echoes is a deck that I use with almost every single tarot deck. Like, it works for anything. I think I have it right here. Where the hell did it go? I have the empty box right here, so it's someplace here. Yes, it is absolutely amazing. It is great. Great, great, great. Okay. So, Saucy Burrito, the Sarah Subito Tarot, is a great deck to work with. For shadow work. Really good one. I just was showing somebody this deck, so it might be in order even. It is. It's a really good deck for shadow work. It dives really deep. Anybody who has it, I think my new Super Oracle. Yes, Super Oracle is right here. I know I have that one. Yes, that would be an awesome, awesome, awesome deck for shadow work for sure. Sarah Subito, really good one. Dives really deep. Doesn't pull any punches. Doesn't, you know, allow you to bullshit around with it. Trying out soul cards. Yay. I am too. I just got my first deck of soul cards, which was, I got the second one first for some reason. It must be the second one was cheaper or something. And I like them. It's funny. It requires me to actually work more though. So of course I'm like, oh yeah, these are really pretty and I like them and I like a lot of the images. But it definitely is a deck that is like a shadow work, that is a journal deck, that kind of thing. It's not a deck. I tend to use oracle cards with my tarot readings to clarify things or to tell me some more information about something. And that is not a deck, at least for a while, that I can see using with tarot cards for that same kind of thing. Yes, you can show. Sorry, Christy. How funny. They didn't want me to show pussyfooting around. Give me a break, YouTube. Yes, our great deck for shadow work though. And DB, I made some basic altar tools past couple days. Yay! You made altar tools. I love it. Wand, Athame, and altar tile. Good for you. And you will find through the years that they are your best tools. They're energetically, because you made them with your own two hands, usually they're your best tools. They might not be your prettiest tools you ever get, but usually they are your best. All right, I don't know if I'm going to open up every single deck here, guys. Spiral Tarot. That is supposed to be a good one. Now, some of these, I will tell you, let me tell you, Katie Flowers has a whole video on decks for shadow work. So I took her suggestions and pulled out the ones that I had. So those ones that I'm going to talk about now are from Katie Flowers' suggestions, okay? Spiral Tarot. Does anybody want to see Spiral Tarot? I actually just got this deck not too long ago, and I haven't worked with it very much. It's got spirals on the back. It's a pretty deck. I don't know. Ooh, that's a good card. I don't know why she thought it would be good for shadow work, other than it seems to be a deck, again, that is very straightforward. I think I went back and forth about the spiral. I can't remember what my issue with it was anymore. I know I do that too. I'm like, why didn't I like this deck? There was something about it. And then I order it and then I get it and I'm like, oh, I love this deck. Oh, wait. Yeah, this is the problem. I knew there was something, but it's funny. We don't trust ourselves. Or sometimes I will look at a deck 10 times and not have any idea why everybody's like, oh, this deck is great. It's perfect. I'm like, I don't know. And then 6 months later, when it's not in stock anymore and I can't get it, then I look at it and I'm like, oh, the borders. Oh, you trimmed yours. Then I really want it and it's gone. So that's how it usually works for me. Okay, what else did she say? Wisdom Keepers Oracle. I totally agree with that one. And, of course, it's on the very bottom. Wisdom Keepers. This deck for shadow work is absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. This is, I love this deck. It is very, very powerful. It's very feminine. The stories are great. They have stories about each woman and what she's been through, what brings her to this phase in her life, what Spiral, Cosmos, Celestial decks almost caught me last week. Wisdom Keepers seems pretty sweet. I really like Wisdom Keepers a lot. Integrity. Doesn't that look like... And some of them, I swear, are based on people. I think I did hear that too. Like, that looks like Tracy Ullman to me. But it might be somebody else. This is... I really enjoy this deck a lot. And it's very good for shadow work. I have so many decks now that the ones I haven't bought start to blend together. And I forget why I haven't bought them and if I actually want them or not. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Beautiful faces, exactly. And they are deep faces and deep eyes. I always look into the eyes and you can see their character in their eyes. Just beautiful. Really beautiful. I love that each one just looks different and yet beautiful. They're different colors, they're different shapes, they're different styles, they're all different. Really love this deck. And like I said, the stories in them are great. So you're saying you have a small collection started, Molly? Yes, yep. I know it's one of those things, and most of us get into that trap. And at Weaver's Oracle, yes, I was going to say that too, that I've heard that Weaver's Oracle is very similar to this. And I would love to get the Weaver's Oracle. And every week that I get paid, I think about it, and then I forget by the time I get paid again, and it doesn't happen. Oracle decks are different, for sure. What else did she have on there? Okay, Dreams of Gaia. This is from Katie's list still, Dreams of Gaia. This is one of those decks that when I first started doing tarot decks, I bet you I've, this is bad. I bet you I've opened this deck maybe twice. I like the pictures, but I do not connect with this deck at all. And I thought, oh my God, I love these images. I'm totally going to connect. This is one of those decks that I adore these images. Vintage Wisdom. Vintage Wisdom. Why does that sound familiar? Do I have that? Vintage Wisdom. I so agree. I'm so glad someone else. Yes. I'm so glad too. I just did not connect at all. And sometimes I will hang on to a deck because I have had decks for years and not connected with them whatsoever. And then years later, I go through a different phase of my life, and all of a sudden it speaks to me. So I hesitate to get rid of a deck that I think, oh, these are just beautiful. Get you a plexiglass cover for your altar and place them under. Maybe, yeah, that's a good idea. Dreams of Gaia is always very blunt and to the point. I think I just found my soul deck. Sitting here trimming Tarot del Fuego. Holy hell, that deck sings to me. Caught myself sitting and humming louder and louder with it just as when I make drums. Yay! I'm so glad for you. That was another one that I really was like, oh, those are really interesting images. And, bye, Christy. I'll be going anyway soon. You're not missing much, honey. It is really, I got to spend a little time with my husband tonight before it's time for bed. But the Tarot del Fuego, I just got that deck too. And because they were showing it in, you know, our group there for Love of Cards. And I was like, oh, look at those images. They're great. Yeah, I really... Hi, Barefoot Tarot. I'm so sorry that you're almost at the end of it. I'm so sorry. I'm so glad to see you. I'm so sorry that you're almost at the end of it. But I'm so glad you came. Tarot del Fuego. Do I have it up here still somewhere? Yes, right here. It is a deck that I thought, oh, that is so cool. It's different. I like weird, different kind of decks. And you'll see if you watch my review, I went through it and I kept going, what? What is this? And I literally think I said on my video, maybe you have to be high to get this deck because I totally was like, what the hell is this deck? I don't get it. And maybe it's just I'm not that deep. I don't know. It is a very weird deck, which, like I said, really, it was my review that made you get it. Oh, I'm so glad that then my review made somebody get it who absolutely loves it. Because it is a very different deck. It just, I don't know. I just didn't understand it. And I think maybe I just have to sit with it long enough for it to start connecting. And I'm like, what the hell? Look at, here we go. Here's the Fool. Just to give you an idea here. Really cool, cool images. Love the beginner series. Yay! So glad you love it. Reconnecting. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I definitely am going to have to go soon because it's starting to cut out. I'm so glad all right. I'm so glad you got the new Era element if you really like it. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And Jezebel, that's different folks, or different strokes for different folks. I'm really, really glad that you love it. That makes me so happy that I, you know, connected someone else with a deck that is that deep for them. You are welcome. It is an unusual deck, Molly. And Crystal Mama, yes, Marcia, you love it. Yay, I'm so glad. I do too. I absolutely adore that deck. I just today got the nerve to shuffle it. I've just been admiring it for a week because I just adore it. I just adore it. So I haven't actually read with it yet. I just shuffled it today. I'm going to sleep with it one more time and then I will try it for readings tomorrow because I'm going to my main office tomorrow. All right, there's lots of other decks, guys. We are coming up on an hour and a half though. And I hate to say it, but it's 9 o'clock and I got to spend a little time with my hubby, who just woke up while we were in the middle of our video. So I have the decks that we haven't gone through are down here. Whoop, whoops, all over the floor now. I will tell Peter hello. Nope, it's 3 a.m. Oh my God, Jezebel. You must be young because I cannot do that anymore and like get up and function the next day at all. My Chi is whining anyway. Oh, it's time for Chi to go out. So we will continue to go through decks. 38. I wish I had your energy at 38. We will continue going through decks tomorrow. We will continue with how to actually do shadow work tomorrow. We can have a really good discussion tomorrow. I'm going to have, I would think about the same time tomorrow. So somewhere around 7:30 my time. Okay? Yay! Around 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, about the same time we started tonight. So about an hour and a half ago. 1:55 here in the UK. Oh my goodness. You night owls. I'm glad that you're here. And we'll see you all tomorrow if you can come. And if not, make sure you watch the playback and then we'll catch up and keep going as long as we need to. We'll continue this series. Yay! Bye, guys. Blessings.